It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off from Tampa. Brings in the kick at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in.
It's intercepted on the first play of the game. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers bring it all the way back inside the red zone before he's finally hauled down. Oh, baby, this stadium was already loud to start this game, Brock, but that play, it's in an absolute uproar now.
And the one thing you want to do as an opposing team is quiet the crowd, especially as a quarterback. It's your job to quiet that home crowd, but an interception, well, it does nothing but add fuel to the fire. A fever pitch now as the offense takes the field, looking for an early lead.
So here now. On offense to begin their first drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
You hear me say all the time, Kate, that football is the ultimate team sport, but there are times as a quarterback it can feel a little bit like golf in match play. And when your opponent gives you a shot, gives you an opportunity with the pick, as a quarterback leading your team, you want to maximize it and take advantage of it.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Regular. Got.
Baker now from the gun. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Pistol. Kings. Done.
Here's Baker. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Well, that certainly wasn't the end result he was after there, Brock. A big play to start the scoring, but we can definitely say this was not his intention, letting that pass go.
No, a lot of game left, though, and that's
Yep.
a positive. And you know what? He's going to have a chance to totally himself after that one.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Johnson now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their second drive coming up. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. Shotgun handoff to Irving. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Set. What's that?
Mayfield now from the gun. Chased out to his right. That's complete, Mike Evans. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he gets this forward to the 19. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Second down now, 7 to go.
Set. Run, run, run. Hey, alert, 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 alert. What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Irving has the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point, not too confident, but it had enough to go. And the Buccaneers tie this game 7-7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. On the return, Britton Covey. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers get it back after making their third first-half interception.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the... Asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Set. Watch out.
On the give, this is Irving. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Zach Bond with the tackle. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Real. Watch out.
2nd and 8. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Set. Done.
From the gun, a run for White. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Set. Point it right. Watch out.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. The throw is caught. And this one does not go far.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because you throw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
Set. Up.
A tight end in motion now.
Done.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. Escapes the pocket. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as the QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Covey now to return this. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And Brock, they are not off to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake, or typically one will follow.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. What will they dial up on 3rd and short?
Great, set.
They kick the running back in motion. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. It's a gain of 4. And that's a Philadelphia first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Great, set.
On first down, Hurts. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up. Hurts throwing again. He'll get this one to Brown. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he goes out a little short of the 40. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Yaya Diaby brings him down. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he'll go down. The Bucs brought pressure and got him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defense...
He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Philadelphia. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. It's kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there, because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Hey, 33. What's that?
Here's 2nd and 11. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
What's that?
Out of the gun, White. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Alert, 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 alert.
They send a man in motion. From the 43. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Regular, regular, regular. Pistol, pistol, pistol. Kings, Kings, Kings! What's that?
They're going to throw it on third and long. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Irvin here from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Dad! Dad!
White. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, 2 minutes.
Mayfield urging his guys to the line.
Short of the goal line. I'll pick up the 2. Brings up second and goal.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. What's that?
Trying again with White. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Buccaneers take a second quarter lead. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. McLaughlin. The extra point. And it's no good. He missed the extra points. Rain, slick conditions, maybe making their presence felt as they fail to add another point on. And he'll probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. In that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running with it. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Yaya Diaby brings him down.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up third and 8. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's running for it. And the defense waiting for him at the line.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He has it at the 33. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. The Buccaneers and Rachaad White ready to take over once again. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Good.
Irving on the inside give. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Good. Run. Good.
From the 46. This has been a trend, yet another interception. At the 20. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. 2nd time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough second pick 6 to watch.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Eagles jump in front now by 5.
Buccaneers, 16.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. He'll take this at the 10. Returns looking good so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Good. What's up?
Here's the give to Irving. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
What's up?
Baker now off the play fake. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Real. Point it right. What's up?
Here's Mayfield. Connection made to the rookie from Washington. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. 1st and 10 from the 41.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Up. Hey, alert 33. What's up?
Here's Baker to throw. McMillan hauls it in. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's got 4 on the run. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 6 coming up here.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Regular, regular, regular! Pistol, pistol, pistol. Watch out!
Mayfield set to pass. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
Kings, Kings, Kings! Run, run, run. Hey, alert, 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 alert! Watch out!
Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. And with a half of football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Gotta think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. White trying this straight ahead. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this first and goal.
Real, real, real. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Opposite, opposite. Watch out.
Mayfield now from the gun. Hauled in by Godwin. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Still a full 10 yards ahead of him. It's second and goal.
Watch out.
Mayfield to throw again. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So now, here's third and goal.
Good. Hey, alert 33. Good.
Baker throwing again. Forced out to his right. Has it in close.
Never eat northeast, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on third downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
Less than a yard, all that's needed on fourth and goal.
Good. Watch out.
They'll run for it with White. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers take the lead just before halftime. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. Well, they took a gamble, and it paid off with a touchdown on fourth and goal.
And to do it on the ground at that, that's a confidence builder. Confidence builder for the big guys up front. Confidence builder for the running back to win at the line of scrimmage. And frankly, Kate, a confidence builder for this fan base that loves coaches being aggressive and going for it on fourth down.
So the Buccaneers keeping their offense on the field. 2-point attempt coming up.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They send him straight up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Successful play there. That makes the lead 3 points. So they stick with the hot hand partner, and he ends up adding 2 more on top of that touchdown.
I'd say 8 points is a pretty solid try's work for him.
Right.
And as long as he's producing, seeing the gaps, getting the pads down, getting those tough yards, feed that man the ball. He won't be denied.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Covey now to return this. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Eagles setting out their offense one last time in the first half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 32. Goddard makes the catch. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackled on the play by Shaquille Barrett. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Now a carry by Irving. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. We've hit halftime here in Tampa, and the Buccaneers toting a nice lead into the locker room. Now we'll keep it in state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports halftime reports. We saw a strong first half out of running back Bucky Irving. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far, and no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Buccaneers and Bucky Irving ready for their next possession. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
What's that?
It's White on the give. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
What's that?
From the 34. Catch is made down the right sideline. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
That pass complete to Irving. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Cooper to Jean with the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Regular. Pistol. What's that?
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This finds Evans, complete. And they take him down right along the 30. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 27. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Kings! Run. What's that?
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Got Evans. It's complete. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Alert! Done.
Up the middle, here goes White. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the 1st.
Well, I know everybody on that offensive side of the ball appreciates that kind of effort. Got it by more than just a couple of inches. In fact, no need for a measurement on that as they move the chains.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
To the air, 3rd and long. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets them up with first and goal. On the give, this is Irving. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. What's that?
To throw is Mayfield. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield now on 3rd and goal. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs, and he's now reached it with that last catch. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
What's that?
From the gun, a run for White. And he gets in, touchdown. The Buccaneers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the... infuses your team and your... so much confidence.
McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers make it a 10-point ball game. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Covey now to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a 1-score game. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Silver.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. So 2nd down coming up.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open and beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. That stop made by K.J. Britt. The Buccaneers add another DB. Third down coming up. Hurts now from the gun. He's got Smith. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Hey, 73. Go Silver, ready?
Throwing here, Hurts. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. He rolls to his right. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he can get the first down.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Johnson with a return here. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Buccaneers. Ball at the 33 for first down. Godwin, the man in motion left. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. On target to Godwin. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 38. That's going to be caught by Evans. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Buccaneers football. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Baker now from the gun. This one's taken in by Otten. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He finds Evans, left side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
Now it's Irving. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And they bring him down around the 34.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Third and short, Mayfield. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's a return from the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They've got first down from the 31. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Being offenses love execution plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for second down.
Second and 4. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll get it up to the 44. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Move the chains. Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Dump off caught by his back. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Move the chains after that pickup of 12.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 23. Finds him over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Barkley gets it on third down. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Make it a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
63. Fight the Hornet.
On first down, Hurts. He's on the move. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Hurts trying again on second down. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Trying to find A.J. Brown. So now it's going to be third and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
On third down, it's Hurts. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Lengthy fourth down try here. They need 6. On fourth down, Hurts. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They're going to run with Barkley. Has the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. And now for the point after, and crucially to bring things within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, would tie this game in the 4th.
Eagles 31. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return starts at the 9. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. The home teams and receiver Mike Evans headed back out. Well, that touchdown, Brock, certainly has to make him reevaluate some things now. With this small of a lead and all 3 timeouts remaining on that other sideline, what are you thinking? Work the clock, or do you get aggressive for a score?
Honestly, Kate, we think through these game management situations, but as a player, you are just living in the present. Execute every play to the best of your possibilities, and you know offensively, this game right now is in your hands.
At the 31-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Buccaneers holding on to a field goal lead. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Once again, Irving. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on third down.
Third and
4.
Right back to Irving now. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's good. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And this is the first time he's been called on today. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Eagles will take possession. First down, ball at the 36.
No touch. Hey, Silver. No touch.
Back to throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Here he is to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
He'll look to throw it. Taken in by Smith. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. Third and just 2 to go.
No touch. Go Silver, ready? Hey! No touch.
Here he is to throw. Able to get it to Barkley. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
63. Like a Hornet.
Setting up to pass. This finds Smith. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers, their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him. And he delivers.
Johnson now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Done.
Mayfield now from the gun. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, here's Baker. Here's a loft deep down the middle. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Well, Brock, 4 quarters, couldn't decide a winner. And now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. Well, both teams have battled not just each other over 4 quarters, Brock, but these elements as well, and it's not letting up. Overtime is underway. And he's out of bounds up across the 25. Here come the Bucks on offense now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First throw of overtime now. Completes this one to Otten. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Irving here from the gun. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Well, no spring in a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And then pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
73,
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception with just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, staring up into the rain, and he muffs it! And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's the give to Irving. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down. Irving on the inside give. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Carry here for Irving. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. Just 1 yard there. Now a tough call to make on 4th and short inside of field goal range. So Chase McLaughlin is on in a high-pressure spot. Ball on the left hash for this 41-yarder. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
So it's a win for the Buccaneers. And they only needed a field goal to end it, as their guy connected on an absolute bomb through all the pressure to claim a heck of a win here in overtime.